Hi, everyone, from me, Brent Graham. Welcome to this Tour de France Stage 4 preview. We should be in for an absolutely cracking stage. But just a reminder, all of our Tour de France previews are going out on the Good for the Game Extra channel. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the button now. And what the hell, hit the like as well. It does assist the channel quite a bit. Right, let's have a look at Stage 3. It was a really, I'm going to say in a many ways, a disappointing stage. One of the worst stages that I've watched. First of all, we didn't get a breakaway, so it was very pedestrian for the first, well, probably almost 3/4 of the stage. I can kind of understand where the riders are coming from. They'd had a tough start to the tour, and there was nothing really to gain for anyone going out in front other than a bit of TV time. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. There was always going to be a sprint finish. We got our first action at the intermediate sprint, and unfortunately, it saw our stage pick, Jasper Philipsen, taken out of the race. He had a terrible crash, certainly no fault of his own. So he unfortunately didn't finish the stage. He's out. And he also, of course, was wearing the green jersey. So very disappointing for him. I certainly had him, but based on what he'd shown to date in the race, as a firm favorite for that green jersey. Anyway, we did get a sprint finish, another couple of crashes as well. Remco Evenepoel going down. Let's hope he's not too badly injured. He finished okay, but it looked like he was rubbing his elbow a bit there. Tim Merlier, though, getting past Jonathan Milan, close to the line. Milan actually came back at him, but he just edged him in the end. It was actually a brilliant finish between those two, and they finished quite well clear of Phil Bauhaus there in third. So, yeah, good finish, if you want to say, to that stage, but overall a very disappointing stage. No real change to the outright betting. We've got Pogačar here as a 4-10 favorite. All eyes will be on Remco to see just how bad that crash will affect him, if at all. We've, of course, got the individual time trial looming as well. Right, let's have a look at the green jersey situation. We've got Milan has now moved into green on 81 points ahead of Gourmet on 77. And you've got a bit of a gap there to Merlier on a 63. Having a look at the betting, quite interesting. They got 13-20 Milan here, and 5-2 Van der Poel, who's shown no signs that he will actually be going for this jersey. I think the thinking is if he wins the stage 4, he's going to jump up really right into contention, possibly even into green. I haven't double-checked to see if it's a 50-pointer or a 30-pointer. But, I suppose that is the thinking there. But I wouldn't be taking 5-2 about Van der Poel, because he also doesn't mix it in these sprint finishes as well, and you've got to pick up points in those. Gourmet, I think, still offers a bit of value there at 9-2. He was a little bit out of it today. I think he came 6th in the sprint, but he does mix it in those sprints, and he is capable of scoring points, perhaps in a few of the stages where the pure sprinters like Milan and Merlier cannot. Merlier was impressive today, might have to be considered, and of course we've got Pogačar there as well. Sneaking in at the bottom is Søren Varensholt, and he finished in the top 10 today, which was tipped by KT, I think it was, on the Good for the Game forum. Right, let's have a look at King of the Mountains. You got no real change there. Pogačar at 11-10. I want to get stuck into the stage, though. It's going to be an absolute cracker. 174.2 kilometers. Very much a rolling hill territory in the early stages. No categorized climbs there, though. Certainly, I think we're going to get a break, get clear here, but I don't think it's going to be an overly strong break. And even if there are strong riders in the break, it's not going to be given a lot of leeway. Certainly, the Alpecin team will fancy this stage for Van der Poel, but I think a couple of the GC guys fancy this as well. And I think one of them is a Pogačar. Interesting to see on stage 3 how he let Tim Wellens go ahead and grab that 1 point for the King of the Mountains jersey. Now, obviously, a lot of reasons for that. You know, he doesn't have to do the press conferences and that sort of thing. But I know that he's on 99 victories and looking for 100. And I wonder if he doesn't want to have that 100th victory in the rainbow jersey, in which case today, or should I say stage 4, would be an excellent chance for him. So bottom line is I think the break is going to get caught fairly early. And then look at this. We've got 5 categorized climbs, none of them particularly long. Here we have a Cat 4, 3.5 kilometers at 3.6. But you've got some real steep stuff coming towards the end of the stage. 900 meters at 7.2, 1.8 kilometers at 5%, and 800 meters at 10.6. That's the final climb. From there, it's all downhill until close to the finish, and then a slight rise up until the line. So what is going to happen? Well, it's all going to depend really on how the GC guys race it. If the likes of Pogačar and Vingegaard try and attack each other, or at least try and distance some of the other GC guys, then I see nothing but the strongest riders getting to the end here. That, of course, does include Van der Poel, who could well, hang in there and stay with the guys. but I could well see this developing to something of a GC battle. There's also the scope at the top of that final climb, perhaps for a late attack. There's a bit of a small flat at the top there, which would give someone a chance to attack. And yeah, going to be very, very interesting. We'll have a look at the betting now, and I'll let you know what my call is on the stage. Just a reminder, World Sports Betting do have that second place refund. It didn't help us with Jasper Philipsen today. Unfortunately, Shane, poor guy, being taken out. But make sure you check the T's and C's on that. Right, stage 4 winner. We got Van der Poel at 25-20. We backed him at 16-10 in stage 2. Big runner, no doubt about it. But I've just got a feeling the result is going to be a bit different this time. I've highlighted Pogačar there, 3-1. I think he's targeting this. This is the sort of stage where he can cause a bit of chaos, possibly win in a small sprint, alternatively even finish alone a few seconds maybe ahead of the second-placed rider. There is a bit of a headwind in the final stretches, which might make attacking a little bit difficult. Just a few other guys to note there. Kevin Vakkelin, he's been looking excellent, and I've got no doubt he's going to attempt a late attack. Because he certainly looks like he's got the legs to stay with the guys up until that final climb. So he could be one worth considering. But my other bet, and I am going to back Pogačar because I do think that he's going to go for this at 3-1. We do have that insurance for second place with World Sports Betting. But my other bet, I think, is quite a shrewd choice here, actually, at 40-1 at World Sports Betting, and that's Matteo Jorgensen. We've already seen that Visma are prepared to use Jorgensen in an attacking mode to put pressure on the likes of Pogačar. At the same time, Pogačar probably doesn't mind losing a few seconds to Jorgensen here or there because ultimately, yes, Vingegaard is his biggest rival. So I could see a situation here where perhaps at the top of the final climb, that all quickly comes together on the descent, and you get someone like Jorgensen who goes clear and no one responds straight away, and he goes on to win the stage. So I'm taking him there at 40-1, and let's hope he can deliver for me there. But anyway, we should, one way or another, be in for a much more exciting stage. Let's hope the riders don't have too much crashes, and that really felt absolutely sad for Philipsen today. It was really terrible to watch. So yeah, let's hope we get a nice clean race. But I think one way or another, you want to be on your couch watching for the last 70 or so kilometers. It's going to be great riding. I'll see you late on Tuesday night or early on Wednesday morning for the Stage 5 betting preview.